So, Shostakovich was a Russian composer, obviously. He was born in the early part of the 20th century. And to begin with, he was a pretty sort of rebellious kind of composer. Didn't really stick to what was like the trend in Soviet music at that time. Which was a problem because in the Soviet Union at this time, there was sort of one acceptable style of art that anyone could write or compose or paint or whatever in, which is socialist realism, which sort of supposed to portray like working people in these like struggles against capitalists and I don't know what else, but it's supposed to be pretty happy and like triumphant. And Shostakovich's music, as you're going to hear in a minute, is not like that at all. So in the 30s sometime, Stalin came to see one of his operas and was not pleased. And so several days later in the official party magazine, which was called Pravda, which means truth, which I think is kind of interesting, this article was published anonymously saying, yeah, that Shostakovich guy, he's really bad, and we don't like his music, and if you like his music, you're going to get in trouble. And he's in trouble too. And after that, all of his commissions and his performances and everything that he had going on professionally just went away. And his career was like pretty much destroyed overnight. And this happened a number of times over the years. He fell in and out of favor a lot with the government. And he was really afraid that he was going to be dragged away in the middle of the night and never seen or heard from again, which is what happened to a lot of his contemporaries and family members and just tons of people over the years. That never happened, but to begin with, he was a really sort of nervous, anxious guy. And this had a really profound psychological impact on him, where towards the middle of his life, he sort of became this nervous wreck, and he was just like scared all the time, and was never really happy. And so this piece was written in 1960. He went to Dresden, and he was there to compose music for a movie that was being made about the fire bombings in 1945. But he ended up writing this piece, and he wrote it in a period of only 3 days. And the official dedication is to the victims of fascism and war. But that's really not totally accurate because it's also an autobiographical piece. And another interesting way to look at the dedication as opposed to the biographical thing is that he sort of thought of himself as a victim of fascism, which I think is probably pretty accurate. So he wrote this piece, and it's about himself, and we know this because there are a lot of quotations of earlier pieces, and there's also this motif, D, E flat, C, B, which you're going to hear like throughout the whole piece. And if you write this out in German notation, you can sort of look at it as his initials in German, D, S, C, H. So right now the cellos are going to play for you this motif, which is at the opening of the first movement, and you're going to hear it all throughout the piece. That's what it sounds like. So as I said, that's the first movement. And in the beginning, it's sort of like, it's really like a sad, slow movement, and he's sort of starting to look back on his life, which he hadn't been totally happy about, not surprising. And the second movement is this really nasty, angry, scary movement. It's like one of the scariest movements, I think, in any chamber music piece. And it's just a depiction of kind of the terror that he felt a lot through his life. The third movement is sort of a waltz, but it's not like a normal waltz. There's like downbeats missing, and like it switches into two a lot, and just weird stuff happens, so you can't dance to it. And to me, it's kind of like he was trying to be happy with himself, but he couldn't just write a really dance movement because he wasn't happy. And then the fourth movement, the sort of theme is these three loud, repeated chords, which represent the three knocks that a person would apparently hear on their door if they were about to be taken away by the KGB. Which he never got, but he anticipated that he was going to get many times. So they're going to play that for you now. Alright. And then there's now also, besides that, there's a lot of just like sort of static, just like it doesn't really go anywhere. It just sort of stays in the same place a lot for a long time. And it's like he's sitting in his house waiting to get his house call and be dragged away. And then the fifth movement just sort of goes back to the first movement. It's like sort of reiterates what he was saying earlier. So it's not really a nice piece. But I think it's important to know about this person and what he went through and what his music was like as a result of what he went through. So even if you don't enjoy it, like, yeah, that's really pretty and fun. I think it's something that everyone should know about and hear. So enjoy it.